A home from the 1800s in a 3-week-old pond. We'll get her really mad. Can you already see how this one would be easier to maintain?
Miles easier. I hardly have to do a thing.
Miles easier.
Are you off grid or on grid?
Bit of both. We feed into the grid.
Yeah.
There's only 2, so we don't use a lot of
Look at the size of the water.
Yeah, it looks like it's a very self-sustaining property.
Was this your idea to put this pond in, or your husband's?
It's a bit of a story. It started off as a cellar.
A cellar. Now,
Creswick.
we're in Creswick. And this is a home from the late 1800s. Look at this. So gorgeous. And we are with Richard from Bell's Water Gardens.
This is only about 3 weeks old. This
3 weeks old. Okay. A home from the 1800s in a 3-week-old pond. Do that again.
How's that?
Here. We'll get her really mad. We just wanted to hear the doorbell. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Greg?
Julie,
Hi, Greg.
the
How are
pond
you?
guy, Greg from America.
Hi,
Figured that with
I'm
that
Brian.
accent.
Nice
How
to
are
meet you.
What an absolutely beautiful home.
It is now. I've been renovating it for a long time. Come in.
Thank you.
Come through.
This door.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that, this is one of the originals too.
And guess how old that thing is?
I know, stained glass with the
That is cool.
cattails and the lilies, and then they
You
have
know what people would pay for this?
It's amazing. Yeah, it's one of a kind. That is for sure. And then
That's worth something.
this whole house is so unique.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, just the courtyard feels fantastic.
I didn't do that.
You said at one time this was actually where the babies were born in the hospital.
Yeah, the maternity hospital. It was for about... Hey, don't you get in there.
That's-
You careful. you get in, you're not getting out.
He would, but he loves water. He loves to get in it.
That's good.
He's a swimmer.
So, wow. What got you to do this in your yard?
I had 2 little round ponds there that had no electricity, no filters, nothing. And they were such a pain in the bum to keep clean.
They were just preformed tubs.
Yeah. You know, I had some fish in them, but I could never get them looking good. So I went over to Bell's to talk to him about a filter and stuff for it. And then we got talking, he came out, and then we decided we were going to do this.
I love the location underneath this tree and
Yeah.
this little courtyard. You can, that sound.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of your main concerns was the leaves. You said, I can't have a pond there because of the leaves. But when we explained the leaf skimmer, she said, beautiful.
Because
Yeah,
when
great.
this drops, I'd gather up all the leaves that drop everywhere and put them all on the garden as mulch, but they go into the pond and just, you know, make the pond
So I
all
know that you've
yucky.
only lived with this for a month versus the
Yeah.
other ones for whatever, 6 years.
Yeah.
But can you already see how this one would be easier to maintain?
Miles easier. I hardly have to do a thing.
Miles easier.
All I have to do is put a bit of water in it, feed the fish occasionally, empty that out, the net
skimmer?
out, and that's it.
That's right. So this is a DIY.
This is a Aquascape DIY pond kit. We've still put lights in it,
Yep.
and Julie's got lots of lights all around the whole property.
Yeah, this whole tree lights
Yeah.
up and all the
I
lattice
see that,
work,
yeah.
all the
So
lace
now the
work.
pond does. There's an auto doser which will keep
Upkeep the water clean.
water clean.
Yeah.
There's-
How long would a project like this be to install? And with the skimmer, the biofalls, the underwater lights,
Yep.
the liner, the rock work, what would you sell this for?
You're looking nowadays about the $8,000 mark.
So it's like a hot tub. It's a hot
Yeah,
tub for
yeah.
fish instead of people.
Yeah.
It took 4 days to totally finish. There was a little bit of extra work getting the power.
Now, did this guy work or did he point his finger?
He worked a bit. the boys did a lot of the
That's
work.
good.
There's,
Yeah.
look at them. They're like, yep, yep, yep.
They were really excellent.
Yeah.
I was very, very happy with the way they did it, how tidy it was when they left. and also how polite and professional they were.
That's good to hear. Well, they're a master certified Aquascape Canada. They put in 30 water features since they've been to Pandemonium. And it's fun for me to see how people down under are living the Aquascape lifestyle in unique homes like this one.
Yeah, well, it just adds to the whole house, I think, having this in.
Absolutely. Hello, sir.
Yes.
The
welcome.
pond guy, Greg.
Welcome.
This is your place, huh?
It is, it is.
I feel like we're in the middle of a forest.
We are.
That's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
How long have you lived here?
Probably 7 years.
Okay.
This is the first year we've been here full time, so
Are you off grid or on grid?
a bit of both. We
Bit of both.
feed into the grid.
Yeah.
There's only 2, so we don't use a lot of
Look at the
kilowatts.
size of the water.
Yeah, it looks like it's a very self-sustaining property.
Hello, I'm the pond guy, Greg.
Greg, hi Greg.
Was this your idea to put this pond in or your husband's?
It's a bit of a story. It started off as a cellar,
A cellar, okay.
and then we had a hole in the ground, and it took 7 years to get it to this stage.
Okay.
So we got the hole for the cellar, which could have been a pond, and it turned into a pond because we had a lot of rain, so it was a home for frogs.
Yes?
We drained it, and we bought some liner and some sand and underlay and so on, and tried ourselves, but we discovered
Then we discovered
the
Richard.
experts. So
Yes.
Okay, he's like, yeah, that's me.
no,
So then we came
you
out,
build it this way.
slightly changed their ideas a little bit, but it turned out really nice. And
Well, let's see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Wow. Look at that view.
Is that a little leopard up there, or what is
there's a little wetlands for frogs.
that? Yeah.
They're not that bad. They don't
No.
keep you awake.
I like the frogs. It makes me feel like I'm in nature. So this was a cellar here.
Oh, we dug a square hole
Uh-huh.
with the idea of having a cellar, but then it was obvious it wasn't going to work anyway. It went through a few transformations and ideas of what to do with it.
So Richard, when did you guys do this?
18th of July.
There you go, 18th
Okay.
of July.
Okay.
In our winters, we can still work here.
Yeah.
Not like you guys,
Yep.
freezing over.
So it's not even, it's 4 or 5 months old.
Yeah.
And the plants are looking
The very
good.
day we finished and put that branch from the tree there, a little bird came and landed on it, didn't it? A little bird bath under there,
Uh-huh.
and that has
Oh, yeah,
about
yeah.
a dozen different types of birds rolling up and having a drink, don't
Oh,
they?
at least.
Yeah.
At least.
What we've done here, this was just a, like they said, a little hole.
Yep.
Wasn't quite working.
So what did you see when you pulled up to the property? What did you actually see?
Just a
Hole.
a hole that looked like a mess.
A muddy hole.
Muddy hole.
Oh, very good.
Which they'd tried to do bits and
Uh-huh.
pieces to. So we came along and they didn't really at the start, didn't want power, didn't want running water.
Oh.
We convinced them that it would sound fantastic and look
Sure.
fantastic. And they came to the party with that.
Yep.
As we worked along with them in the design, they wanted to use their own rock from their own land.
Yep.
They wanted a little jetty, which was an old crate that they had that we
Yep.
just used the base from. So it's all simple, but I think the end results just turned out beautiful.
Well, let's go take a look at it. Yeah. Wow, to have this type of stone on the property is just fantastic.
And every single piece of it came from the property.
Wow.
So it's a fairly new pond. The plant life's just starting to come on. They're on bore water here.
Uh-huh.
So bore water's full of heavy metals and
Okay.
and that's why we get a little bit of sediment in there.
Is that the reason for the brownish tint to the water?
Yep. The plant life, they wanted to keep it fairly basic because they've got a lot of young children that come and visit.
Sure.
And they just love it.
They live playing in
They
here.
swim in here all the time.
All
so-
right. If I were a kid, I'd be attracted to the dock.
Exactly,
I see the little ladder. They kind of walk in, they walk out.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's an old wooden ladder, old timber deck. Again, the waterfall, it's got that biofalls on it.
Yep.
The leaf skimmer up this end.
Yep. So there's skimmer over
Yep.
here, right next to that big rock.
Yep.
You can see the lid tucked in. You would not notice it unless I pointed it out.
That's right, yep,
And then you come over here, water is pushed this way
yep.
around that backside
Around
to the biofalls over here, which has got some water parsley and stuff. Nice looking waterfall.
Yep.
Love that neat piece of wood. It's
Yep.
got all kinds of twists and turns to it. And then this was just kind of a leftover piece
Yep.
of liner.
Yep, just a little natural bog garden just
Wonderful.
for the frogs to get into. And then they get a chance to spawn and all the tadpoles are happy.
I saw some big tadpoles
Yeah.
swimming around.
Well,
in
there's
here
only,
already.
we haven't put fish in this pond yet.
Like here's a tadpole. Look at, there's some tadpoles right here.
Yeah,
Right there.
right down the bottom.
One,
So
two,
they're-
3. And so these have all just come naturally by themselves.
All naturally,
That's
yeah.
wonderful. And so what people don't actually realize is one of the things that's actually helping keep this pond clean is the grandchildren getting
Exactly,
in here. As
that's
they
right.
get in here, they kind of stir
Stir
things
everything
up
up,
and move
yep.
things around.
Yep.
As that sediment and stuff gets suspended, then the skimmer
Yep.
sucks it in and,
Yeah.
and they can remove a lot of those solids. So it's
And
great that
it's
they
just
allow
so
that.
nice.
I love how rustic
Yeah,
you kept
well,
this.
everything's off the property. Everything was here. They just wanted it to blend in with the rest of the place, and you know, the colour of the rock with the landscape.
Yep.
It's one of my favourite jobs, this one.
So Richard, what would a project like this run from Bell's?
Well, for us to come in and do the job, the first thing is to shape the hole.
Yep.
We put in Aquascape's biofilters, wetland filtration systems.
Yep.
We have the leaf skimmers, which take out all the rubbish, the pipework. So there's a lot of things that people don't understand are part of the mechanism of the whole pond. Then there's around about 20 cubic metres of rock in there, the large rock. Then there's 6 cubic metres of river pebbles. So the whole lot put together is around the $20,000 mark.
Wow. And I think what was really interesting, Richard was saying all the rock came from the property. And a lot of times people think, well, I'm going to save some money because the rock is on the property. But if you have to pull it from a mile
Yep.
away,
Yep.
sometimes it's going to cost more because you got to bring it all the way up that hill. I think it's actually worth us going down, Greg,
Yeah.
and checking out the natural creek and seeing where a lot of this stone came from.
I'll take you
Let's
for a
do
walk.
it.
Yeah. So we're about to go on the journey that the rock went on to get into this pond.
So Richard,
Yep.
as we're doing this nice little stroll here on this beautiful day in what part of Australia?
This is Glen Luce.
Glenluce, Australia. Tell me what finding Aquascape has meant to you.
Oh, well, I've been in this game for a long, long time. Since I was 19, I started, probably built my first pond. It was fiberglass, bits and pieces, and we've been part of Aquascapes for just over a year now, and we've built close to 30 ponds.
Great.
Which is probably more than I built in the 30 years beforehand put together. The feeling of the whole thing, it's just changed our lives. Absolutely changed our lives. You can see here, for example, if you just look behind you, the natural rocks going through the wall here.
Wow.
And they continue right down through into, there's a creek which only runs in the winter.
Uh-huh.
And that's where we basically just picked them up from. This area. This is all natural rock, the whole area. And it
Yeah.
goes
Oh,
right
yeah,
down
look at
into
this.
the little cavern down here.
Oh, yes. Now this is just cool. Can you imagine, Greg, being able to pick any one of these?
Yeah.
I'd say every one of them is fantastic.
Wow, look at the size of some of these.
And they go right through all the way up the valley. Just like that.
You can kind of see the path of the water. You come down like this, come over that tree root, and then down through here.
So,
Very cool.
Where's the creek?
It's a dry creek.
Oh.
But it runs right down, and there's a few dry creeks run into the one right down the bottom.
When I met you at Pandemonium,
Yep.
it was the perfect timing because you were pretty much burned out from the water lily game.
Yeah. Well, we had a tough couple of years, my wife and myself, and I didn't want to go to America, but my wife said yes, we're going, and
She knows you.
yeah. And honestly, it was like a kick up the bum.
I like that.
I came home with such amazing feelings about the people that we met. I learnt that there was 550 odd pond people there exactly like me. It was just amazing. Just amazing.
You felt accepted right away.
I felt like I'd found my family. That's how I felt. I just felt so part of it.
And that to me is the ultimate family, team,
Yep.
tribe, community.
Yep.
When you're part of Aquascape, you're not alone.
Yep.
You have a fantastic distributor in
Yep.
Aquascapes of Australia,
Yep.
Patrick Handley.
Yep.
You have a certified Aquascape Counter network that you can rely on when you have questions.
That's right, yeah.
And so you don't have to figure this stuff out on your own.
That's the amazing thing that I found too. Like for all those years, we've always been alone.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, we got all this help that we need. If we need anything, it's there, 5 seconds away.
So what would you recommend to somebody thinking about this as an industry for them to get into?
Well, no hesitation. Just get into it. Be serious and take the leap. It's just fantastic.
And this is what I love about my job. Cool people like Richard building water features that change people's lives. If you like this stuff, like, comment, subscribe so more people can see what living the Aquascape lifestyle is all about and building the Aquascape lifestyle is all about. I love my job.
Me too.